Welcome, listeners, to another episode of the show. I am your host with the most, Chris Talks. Hope that you are having a good day because I am definitely having a good one, y'all. All right, you guys, let's get right into it. All right, first and foremost, let's say what's up to Silent Ed. What up, Silent Ed? Giving a round of applause for being here. All right, so let's get into our top story for this episode, you guys. Let's get into it. Which is a woman charged with identity theft in Altoona found to have an arrest warrant. Where does this episode bring us to? New York. New York. New York. This is in New York. Yo, where the is Altoona? I never even heard about Altoona. What is that? Oh, wow, that's a town. That's a town. That has to be in the state of New York, right? We gotta look up Altoona. Yeah, we gotta look that up. While we gonna let Shira AI report this story. While she reported, we gonna look up in Altoona. I ain't. What the? I ain't never heard of no place called out. Yeah. Okay. Listen. Whatever. All right. So we gonna let Shira AI report this story real quick. All right. And hit this story. Y'all know how we do. All right. Hit it. Let's go. Let's do what we do.
A New York woman was arrested in Altoona after police said she tried to get bank account information using two fraudulent ID cards. Yvette Perez, 40, of New York, NY, was found to have an active warrant through the New York Police Department, NYPD, after employees at First National Bank along East 25th Avenue said she tried to get a copy of someone else's banking information. According to a criminal complaint, officers were sent to the bank on Thursday, Dec. 21 at 2:55 p.m. for a suspicious woman in the lobby. The assistant branch manager at the bank told police Perez handed an Ohio ID card and U.S. passport card to the bank teller. Perez's photo was on the IDs, but the manager said they displayed a different name. The manager said she was familiar with Perez due to recent incidents at other First National Bank branches, and the name on the cards did belong to an individual in the bank system. According to police, Perez admitted she wanted to use the ID cards to get bank account information. After Perez was arrested and taken to the Altoona police station, officers said they found a debit card with the same name used on the ID cards. Police noted in the affidavit the individual whose name was used on the cards was contacted about Perez's attempts to get information. According to court documents, the individual was unaware that Perez had the ID cards. It was also noted the individual had never owned the specific debit card that she was found with. Perez was arraigned on Friday, Dec. 22, and taken to the Blair County Prison. NYPD requested to have Perez extradited for her warrant. She's charged with felony identity theft, misdemeanor tampering with records, possession of an instrument of a crime, and securing execution of documents by deception.
All right. Wow. Yeah. Was she, does this state say, okay, she was charged, okay. But she wasn't charged with robbery or nothing like that. Because it had to be clear that she had to steal. Well, I don't know. She could have stolen these women's cards from her, or she could have opened, different accounts and stuff like that with her social security or whatever. You know, it happens. All right, well. All right, there's the horn. This is my turn to give. This is where I give my view and my opinion on this topic that we are discussing on this episode. Okay, so check it out. This woman, Miss, we'll just call her Miss Perez, 40. I didn't even know a town like that even um existed. Like,
Bruh.
yeah, didn't know it existed. No idea. But I mean, some towns when you go out of the city of New York, we're stationed in the city of New York. So when you go out of the city of New York, you will hear some weird crap, some weird names of some weird towns. Even in the city, you hear some weird names of some weird streets, crap like that. But this woman, she's clearly going to get a long a long sentence. And we dug up some other information, and it wasn't within this report. I don't think it was. Did we find it? Did you pull it up? Do you have it? Okay, so before I get into that, here's a brief news report. What is this from? WT WTAJ. All right, they dropped in on this real quick. So before I give you my view and my opinion, we're gonna drop in on this clip real quick. Ed, play that real quick.
New York woman is behind bars after police say she tried to get bank account information using two fraudulent ID cards in Altoona. Yvette Perez was found to have an active warrant through the New York Police Department. This comes after employees at First National Bank along East 25th Avenue in Altoona say she tried to get a copy of someone else's banking information. The assistant branch manager at the bank told police that Perez handed an Ohio ID card and a U.S. passport card to the bank teller. Perez's photo was on the IDs, but the manager said that they had a different name. The manager also said they were familiar with Perez due to the same name being used at other branches. She was arraigned on Friday and taken to the Blair County Prison and is facing multiple charges, including felony identity theft.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so anyway, as you can see, Miss Perez is facing numerous counts of felony identity theft. Now, me personally, I don't understand. Why would you choose to steal somebody's identity? I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't do it. Especially for what she was doing, which was basically like boosting, in my opinion. Because all this woman really going to do is take people's identity, use it to buy and purchase different things, use it to go on different trips, da da da, blah 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 blah, etc. etc. Now, this is not something that is uncommon. This happens to a lot of people. I myself, I don't like to put out my personal business, but I myself was a victim of identity theft, and it is a lot that you have to go through just to get stuff wiped off of your name. I mean, I had, and I didn't even know I qualified as a melanin person. I didn't even know I qualified for these type of things, like for real. But people were getting, they were renting cars in my name, renting hotel rooms in my name, not motels, hotel rooms in my names. At one point, and I'm not exaggerating this, a yacht trip, like a trip on a yacht, and also a trip on a cruise in my name. Both I have never been on. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, I've been on a yacht. Yeah, like a mini yacht. A mini yacht. And I've been on I wouldn't call it, well, no, it wasn't a cruise. It was more like a party boat, but not a cruise. But, a little trip out to sea ain't never hurt me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I've been out to sea. It's not a big deal. But identity theft, and that's something I want to bring up in this episode. Identity theft is something that is not a small thing. It is a major thing that happens within this country, and not just to big time people, but to small time people. There's a lot of times where people go to purchase cars, houses, and not just even those type of big things. They'll go sit there and try to purchase a TV. I try to get some, a TV.
Bruh.
Something as small as a TV, and they'll try to use some type of credit, and it will be messed up because somebody used their identity, used it in a different state, a different place that they have never been. I want to say this straight up. I have never been to Kansas, but I purchased a lot of stuff and took a lot of trips. But my address was in Kansas, and I never been to Kansas. I don't know nothing about Kansas. Tiniest things about Kansas, I don't know.
Bruh.
The tiniest thing. Let's get this lady a dummy buzzer. One more time. And I give this lady this Miss, what's her name? What's the last name? Perez. I give it a dummy buzzer. She gets our dummy buzzer for this episode because for you to really think, and this is for all of my listeners who are out there, and I ain't trying to knock nobody hustle, you scheming, you scamming and all that stuff and all this stuff. Eventually, these type of things, they will catch up to you. God don't like ugly. You know what I'm saying? So if you sitting out there and you doing these type of crimes and just trying to steal people's identities,
Bruh.
eventually you're going to get caught. And I'm not trying to raid on nobody parade. I'm not calling nobody get money. But when you're pulling schemes and scams like this, eventually you're going to get caught. And as you see, this woman has got caught. Now, the other news that I was talking about, and I didn't want to break off too far from that, is that this woman, at her age, this is not something that is new to her. This woman has been doing this for for over 5+ years. So they're tracing identity theft for about 5 years. That's what they didn't put in this story, but that's what we do here at Chris Talks. You know what I'm saying? You ain't had to go that far, but that's what we do. This is the information that we try to dig up. The thing that the stuff that the mainstream media don't really put out. They just take a little, but at the same token, this woman has been doing this for 5 years plus. You can imagine how many identities that she has stolen and how many different places that she has done this. Now, it just so happened that she got sloppy in this little town, or this little whatever this is. Is this a town? This is a town, right? Pull up the map. Did you find it? All right, keep pulling it up. Zoom in, because this gotta be like a little town. Yeah, so we're not gonna wait for that. But yeah, it seems like, just stop. It's like a little town in New York, in the state of New York. You know what I'm saying? In the state of New York. I don't know. Or is it in New York City? Oh, okay. So it's in New. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. All right. I get it. So it's a part. It's a little like it's a little section. We got on the map. Sorry, y'all. We Googled this because I ain't know where this was. I ain't know where this was. So we have to look this up. We have to look this up. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like a little tiny part. Like in New York. It's not even a dot. That don't even look like a period. Sorry, very small. Okay, let's focus. Let's get back to the show. But this woman, and it's kind of crazy that it's a woman, but she has done this numerous times. She has stole more than just this one ID, and the fact that the bank had recognized her, they knew that she was doing this in other banks, and that's how these schemers and scammers do. They never really go back to the same bank. They go to different banks and they try to get these checks cashed or whatever. Try to take money from these people, and some of these people are hardworking people. Some of these people are hardworking people. You know what I'm saying? So let's give an applause to the police department, the New York Police Department, for capturing this woman and stopping her reign. Yeah, well, that's what I call it. It's the reign. Stopping her reign. Yeah, stopping her reign because she's been doing this for years, bro. Years, 5+ years. She's been doing this for years. They just caught her, but she's been doing this for years. Finally, she got caught. I'm glad she got caught because I don't want her stealing my joint. I mean, brother ain't got that much, you know what I mean? But I don't want you stealing my, you know what I mean? I want you taking my bread, you know? I want you taking my bread, Ed, you know what I mean? I work hard for mine. But anyway, she's going to end up in jail. She's going to end up doing time. We'll probably do a follow-up on this particular story, but I don't know. What do you think? What do you think should happen to her? What kind of time do you think she should get? Because stealing somebody's identity, yeah, it's very serious. It is a very, very serious offense. You have to understand, somebody is stealing something that you worked hard for, so hard for, and if you're one of those people who, how do I say, who have built like sort of like a mini empire, if you feel like you at a part to where you're stable or you're successful to where you have enough money saved in the bank, you're working and you're doing what you got to do, and you just feel like you at that point where you're comfortable, and then somebody just starts draining that money out of your account using your identity and just doing whatever. I mean, they could get arrested or get pulled over for a speeding ticket, whatever. I'm just dead serious. Next thing you know, you can't get this, you can't get that because it's something that somebody did posting your name. I don't know. I'm asking my views. What do you think should happen? What type of penalty do you think this woman should get, if any? You know what I mean? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know in the comments. All right, you guys. I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all already know what to do. If you like this content and want to hear more of it, hit that subscribe, that like, and that share button. Also, shut up, Ed. Shut up, Ed. I'm out of here. All right. Also, stay blessed and not stressed. I want to thank all my listeners for tuning in. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me, and I so appreciate that. Until next episode, folks, I'll see y'all later. Peace out, listeners. Peace out.